3 losses on the bounce for KCCA FC in the Star Times Uganda Premier League. Quite unfamiliar stuff for the football club after that loss to BUL Football Club away in Jinja this week. We bring to you the reactions from the players, the fans of KCCA FC, and the build-up ahead of the games against Express Football Club and Maida Football Club in the next week. It is Season 2, Episode 11 of the KCCA FC TV show. My name is Magero Mwanje. You and I are walking this journey together. Now to start it off with the club news from KCCA FC about the AFCON Under-20 tournament. Remember, we have 6 players in that Under-20 side, the Hippos, or for the Uganda Cranes. That is players like Samuel Wamala, Andrew Kawoya, Musa Ramadan, former captain of the KCCA FC junior team, Steven Serada, Chiza Bukenya, Joseph Kafumbe, Joseph Steele. So all those players are in Mauritania, together with the assistant manager of KCCA FC, who is also the head coach of that Under-20 Uganda side, and they're in Mauritania ahead of that tournament, and the tournament started on Friday. Uganda will be playing this following week, so we wish them all the very best, and we know they're going to really fly the flag of Uganda higher, and also the band of KCCA FC highest. And remember, they also took part in various friendly games, called it a pre-tournament that was with Tanzania, and those games happening in Tanzania, definitely Uganda winning one game and also losing the other. Samuel Wamala, a striker at KCCA FC, the second top scorer for KCCA FC in this season, that is in the UPL, scoring in one of those games. So good stuff for the football club, and definitely we miss the 6 players because they're not taking part in the club games, but we know they're playing for Uganda, and that is something that benefits the entire country at large. So we wish them the very best in all the games that they'll be playing in the tournament. Now straight into the fan zone. This week we asked the KCCA FC fans how excited are they that the Star Times Uganda Premier League has resumed, and also which player are they excited to see. Remember, we had only played 5 games before the league broke off, ahead of very many things that were happening at that time. There was Chan 2020 that was played in 2021, and also the AFCON games that are happening in Mauritania. So we asked them how excited are they that the league is resuming, which player are they really excited to see, and also we asked them that the situation for the strikers at the football club, that the second top scorer for the football club is away in Mauritania, that is Samuel Wamala, who should be partnering Brian Aheebwa in either Sadata Naku, a graduate from the KCCA FC junior team, or Charles Rwanga, or any other player the gaffer picks on the day. This is what the fans had to say when you caught up with them.
Amanya gange nze Magunda Isima, Vice Chairman Kawempe Division KCCA Fans Club.
Amanya gange nze Mulamuzi Ramadhani Lwanga.
My name is Revita John.
Ompira gwenesunze nnyo gwensinza okwesunga gwa ompira wakati wa KCCA FC ne UR FC. Olw'ensonga nti UR FC eyo ebadde ejjira nnyo ng'etujooga emyaka egiyise, ate ttiimu nnungi.
Nesunga okulaba omupiira gwa Express guli kwawe. Ekinesunza omupiira gwa Express ogulabako. Express season yene etandise bulungi, tenakuba omupiira gwonna, omupiira gye yakasamba, egobyeko emipiira gyegobye n'ekola duro. Ttiimu nnungi nnyo, waswa boss agitegese bulungi.
Eriiso nga nze omuwagizi wa ttiimu nsinze kulitunuulizaako fixture nga bwegenda, kubanga tulina okusooka okusamba Express gye tugenda okusamba ku Lwokubiri.
Kale nze kye ŋŋamba nti omupiira ogwo gujja tubeera muzibu. Otunuulira Balinya Aheebwa gwe tuna top scorer waffe, otunuulira kati Kezzioni Kizito byakola, otunuulira Ssenyonjo yavuddewo naye kati tuyinza omuteekako ne tumuteekako abasambi abalala babeera mu nnamba ye nga Brian Anaku nga Sadati Anaku.
Abasambi benesunza okulaba ng'emipiira gizeemu bali 3. Asookera ddala Ashirafu Mugume, ffe gwe tumanyi nga Fadiga, kubanga tusambye nasambako naye katono, naye nga tusamba mu Sunday special ekakungulwawo ng'asamba bulungi nnyo, era nga ffe tumutwala nti muzannyi mulungi nnyo, nga tetumanyi na nsonga lwaki tebamuyita ku Uganda Cranes, ng'akuba paasi, ng'akola assist, nga batera okujja ne bazannyamu ne ba Alani Okero ne ba Frank Zaga, nga mwenyumirizaamu nnyo nga mwegomba, neera nasanyuka nnyo nga KCCA FC emuleese. Ate nsuubira ebana abamuwadde obudde ne bamuwa emipiira ajja kukola ekirungi, era ajja kubatuwaza assist n'okuteeba kuba muzannyi mulungi.
Nesunga okulaba omusambi oyo Aheebwa, kubanga nze nga nze ku side yange nze ng'omuwagizi manyi nti n'abalala bonna balungi naye oyo akulembera ekyoto ekisobola okututeeka mu buwanguzi olw'ensonga namulaba emabega wali is a good striker kubanga ebintu byakola abikola mu bwangu ate n'akola ekyo kyennyini gwe kyosobola okukola ki kyobadde osuubira n'akikola kubanga bwe yakuba wano hat-trick kyatuyamba nnyo ne tulaba nti kakati ttiimu ekoze ki.
Omuzannyo w'okuli gwe n'osuza okulabako ye Albert Achai. Achai musajja mulungi nnyo azannyanga Mustafa Kiza. Nze bwe mulaba ndabira ddala nti tetulina nnyo ddiba okuva Mustafa Kiza we yagenze. Asobola okuzannya n'akuba free kick, asobola okutekinga set pieces, asobola okuzannya n'akola assist, ate asobola okudefendinga. Musajja mulungi nnyo era nze neesonyiwa okulaba Albert Achai. Nsuubira nti wanaaba azannye bulungi bajja muyita ku Uganda Cranes. Yadde mabegakaawo bamuyitako ndooza ne bitatambula bulungi naye nsuubira wanaaba azannye bulungi n'emipiira Albert Achai alina kuba ku Uganda Cranes.
Ssenyonjo badde bakwatagana bulungi ne Brian Aheebwa. Kati Ssenyonjo alina goolo 5, Aheebwa alina goolo 7. Kati abasambi betulina okulondako Lwanga ne Sadaati Anaku kooki ng'asomye kwa abasambi ababiri. Nze ku lwange siri kooki naye Sadaati Anaku asingawo ku Lwanga olw'ensonga nti Sadaati Anaku tuludde naye mu ttiimu kino ekisaawa akiruddeko wano ng'akikubira ate Lwanga abadde yakajja mu ttiimu kati ebyokuyiga bingi byakyalina. Kale nze ku lwange nga nze omuwagizi nze ngamba Sadaati Anaku ayiwawo omubiri ng'enjoga ennaku zino weegamba sajja alina peesi sajja takoowa ate n'okuteba wasaze okuteba ateeba n'akola naki ne asisi n'akola ki kati nze ku lwange Sadaati Anaku asobola okuyamba Aheebwa combination nekwatagana ne tusobola okuba nga tusamba omupiira omulungi nga Ssenyonjo wadde akola ki wadde bakwatagana ne Brian Aheebwa. Okulwayo Sadaati Anaku kooki wabakkiriza n'amusoma tetujja kumenyeka nnyo olw'okuba nti Ssenyonjo yavuddewo. Anaku wanaabeerawo nga mulamu bulungi ajja kuba asobola okukwatagana ne Brian Aheebwa kuba eri Ssenyonjo yagenze nayo kituyamba nti omwana waffe muto bamuyise ali eri mu AFCON nakyo kiba kiraga nti ttiimu yaffe y'amaanyi erina abasambi abalungi Under 20 bamuyise national team babayita naye Sadaati Anaku combination yabwe jatambula bulungi ne Brian Aheebwa nga Ssenyonjo wadde akikola.
Naye kyembadde musaba njo ayongeremuko ku maanyi kuba mulaba is a good player ate kati ku ssaawa zino tosobola kumugamba nti omulese ku bench nti oleese omulala n'omuntu aba akira n'omwana omuto aba akola ki aba akiraba. So nze kyembadde ngamba nti nze ku lwange nze njagala kuddamu neetegereza omusambi wange oyo kubanga byankolera kyeyansampolinzeeko oba kyeyatusampolingako ki kyatuwadde amaanyi mangi okulaba nti ne liigi eno tugenda gyenywerezaamu.
Nze ku lwange ndowooza nti Sadaati Anaku alina okutandika n'azannya ne Brian Aheebwa olw'ensonga nti Sadaati Anaku alina peesi akaluba ate tasobola kuzannya nga bwe yazannya last season. Of course eri season twali tumubulamu naye kati ssaawa zino tumusuubirako ekisingako awo. Tusuubira nti Lwanga akyalina akadde okwetegeka okufitinga mu KCCA era awo ndowooza Sadaati Anaku yalina okutandika ne Brian Aheebwa kuba Sadaati Anaku alina peesi ate ali so fast nga alina omupiira asobola okuba nga atutebera actually asobola okukuba ne goolo 3 mupiira ogumu olwa peesi gy'alina akaluba asobola okutandinga akuba emitwe n'ekyo nsuubira Sadaati Anaku ye muzannyi alina okuzannya ne Brian Aheebwa mukadde kano nga Ssenyonjo taliiwo.
Well, those are the opinions from the fans. Definitely some of them coming up to say Sadaati Anaku should be playing with Brian Aheebwa because Brian Aheebwa is the top scorer for the Startimes Uganda Premier League with 7 goals now in 6 games. Others coming up to say probably Charles Lwanga should also be given a chance. Others saying Moses Aliro will. Those are the opinions for the fans. And the manager of KCCA FC stays with that sole decision to pick who should be starting on the day. So we are going to be going into a break. When we return, we have the highlights from that game between BUL Football Club and KCCA FC last week, and then also the build-up ahead of the games that will be happening against Maida Football Club and Express Football Club in the next week. But everything after this break. Now welcome back from that break. We told you we have the highlights, that is for the game that happened between BUL Football Club and KCCA FC. That game happened last week, and That meant that KCCA FC lost the third game in the Star Times Uganda Premier League on the bounce. Very unfamiliar stuff for the football club, because before we went into that break, that was in December, KCCA FC lost to SC Villa. That was away in Bomo, that game ending 2-1 in favor of SC Villa. And then KCCA FC still lost to URA Football Club at the MTN Omondi Stadium. That was 2-1. That game going in favor of URA Football Club, the tax collectors. Now, after the resumption of the Star Times Uganda Premier League, KCCA FC has lost the third game in a row in the league. Just like I said, very unfamiliar stuff, because the club lost to BUL Football Club and the game happened away in, that was in Jinja. Definitely KCCA FC on the day having some players that had not played in quite some time, because we had players like that started that game in Moses Aliro, who has been injured for quite some time. We had Samuel Kato start his second game for the club this season. Remember, he had started the game against SC Villa still last year. We had other players that really featured in this one, because players like Brighton, who started his first game for KCCA FC in the league. So a lot of positives towards KCCA FC on the day, but the result not going our way. Before the game, the gaffer had come out to speak in the pre-match press conference, saying that KCCA FC would do everything to make sure they get back to winning ways. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The club lost the third game in a row, and definitely KCCA FC TV was there on the ground to get you all the highlights. And just like we'll be telling you, in the 33rd minute, the home team, that is BUL Football Club, drew first blood through Musa Esenu, a former player at KCCA FC, and that was, he headed in the ball just past Charles Lukwago, and that was the goal they took into the break. Definitely BUL going to the break with the lead. And just immediately when the second half had resumed, BUL Football Club got the second goal, and that was through Mukongotia, a player that scored against KCCA FC last year in the same fixture, still away in Jinja. A very powerful free kick past Charles Lukwago, and that meant that they would get and to extend their lead to 2-0. KCCA FC getting a penalty in the 81st minute. That was through Brian Aheebwa after that handball in the box. But Brian Aheebwa missed that kick from 12 yards, and still the club kept trailing until the 90th minute, when a substitute in Charles Wanga scored his first goal for the football club. Unfortunately, that goal not giving KCCA FC the long-awaited win, because after the last time the club recorded a win was in the game against Kampala City. If you remember, before the league broke off last year in December, the last win we got was against Kampala City, because we won against Bright Stars away, then we won against Onduparaka Football Club and Kampala City. Since then, the club has gone on to lose 3 games in a row, that is in the league. So very unfamiliar stuff, but we caught up with the players immediately after the game, and this is what they had to say after that game.
I think the first half we did not match their energy levels. They came out firing, and honestly I can't blame any of my teammates or the coaching staff. We were very prepared for this game. We've been training so hard. You know, we came here expecting to take all 3 points. You know, but they scored that 1 goal in the first half. They played a very high line, and we did not make the necessary adjustment to counter that in the first half. We came back in the second half and they scored after 30 seconds of a free kick of, unfortunately, a mistake from our captain, but that happens, that is football. And I mean, I love the spirit if we can take a positive out of it. You know, we came back, missed a penalty, and you know, we even nicked 1 back in the end. You know, on another day we will take a draw, but we came here for 3 points and we did not get them, so definitely disappointed.
Soka twade twetegese bulungi naye nga BUL efunye emikisa gyayo nesobola okubanga egikozesa neffe tufunye chance nezitulema okubanga tukozesa obalaba tusobola okuluzinga omupiira guno. Tugenda kuddayo ne bakooki baffe bongere okututereeza ensobi ze tukoze mu mupiira gwa BUL. Tugende ku mupiira gwa express nga tuli set tusobole okuwangula omupiira ogwo kubanga tugwetaaga nnyo kubanga neeno guwedde then gwe tuzaako gwe gubeera omukulu ennyo. Yeah.
Of course, this season, as we know, teams are every team is not as easy as it used to be, and today we did lose the game just because of some few issues. First, the way we began our game in first half was a little bit. It was very easy that we could not manage the opponent's energy. But then, when you compare the way we played in second half we played very okay. Just unfortunately, we even had to miss a penalty. But that happens in football. But for in case we had not lost the penalty, still we would have drawn the game.
Well, yeah, as soon as we got the penalty, you know, that was the lifeline we needed. Yeah, we were looking for, and therefore, you know, when he misses that penalty with 10 to go, it's tough to score 2 more goals. But we did score 1, and then, you know, this is football. They started wasting time. People got injured 3-4 times, and then we only had 2 extra added minute extra time, so and it wasn't enough. But as I said, it's tough. It's very tough after 6 games, you know, as KCCA to have lost 3, but you got to bounce back. You got to bounce back, look at the next one, and take 3 points, because this year, you know, there's probably going to be like 6, 7 or 8 teams that can take the trophy. So, you know, that's on the one side, it makes games much tougher, but on the other side, it means that other big teams are going to also drop points.
So next time, our game against Express, we as players, we have to come back, be as strong as we used to be, so that we can play how we used to play and we win game. Still, we haven't lost any hope. Still, we are in the league, and we still have a lot of hope that we are going to win this title. So we as players, we are going to sit down. It's always bad, a team as KCCA losing such a game. It's not very easy. It's now my 2nd season in the team, and I've seen a lot in the team. So today we had a lot of mistakes. But next game against Express, I promise we are going to sit as players, we sort out ourselves, and we come back to our winning ways.
Kituufu kubanga goolo nze nga nze erina kyennyongerako okusobola okwongera okuteebera ttiimu yange eno, kubanga bulijjo nnoonyaayo goolo esooka then nsobole okwongerera nga nteeba goolo endala, lwakuba nti goolo yange tesobodde kukola ki kuyamba ttiimu kuwangula mupiira, naye nsuubiranga ngenda kwongeramu amaanyi nsobole okusigala nga nyamba ttiimu yange okuteeba goolo.
It's going to be another war, another battle, and we got to go there and fight and come out victorious on game day. I think our preparation, our fitness level are okay. Our coaching staff prepares us very well, so it's about going there and executing on game day, and that's it. Actually, it's nothing more than that.
Well, those are the opinions of the players of KCCA FC that was immediately after the game. Definitely, they were disappointed with the display on the day, but a lot of positives to pick from that one because they say they have to fight as the players, they have to fight for the badge, they have to fight for the team, and to make sure they get back to winning ways. So, top stuff from the players, that is for the KCCA FC players that we caught up. I mean, Loro, Mazengo, Moses, Aliro, and also the guy who scored on the day's first goal for the football club in Charles Luanga. And we hope this goal is just one of the many to come in the yellow and the blue colors. So that is it about the fans and the players of KCCA FC. We're going to be going to a break, and when we return, we have the build-up ahead of the game against Express Football Club next week on Wednesday, and also that game against Maida Football Club on Friday at the MTN Omondi Stadium. Don't go away. Welcome back from that break. We have the build-up ahead of that game between Express Football Club and KCCA FC that will happen on Wednesday this week. And now the update in terms of injuries and who is back and who is out. Definitely in this one, we do not expect players like Revita John. He will not be playing this one because he's still undergoing rehabilitation after that surgery on his knee. We don't expect players like Gift Ali, who's also still undergoing his rehabilitation because he's been out for some good time. And also players like Poloto Julius, who are also still undergoing rehabilitation. But the positive is that we have some players that are back and have not featured that much in this season. And definitely we have Denis Iguma in this one. We hope he will be able to make the game day squad on the day. And then we have definitely the captain in there. We have other keepers in Merusi Ali and Matovo Hassan. And then definitely the player on loan, Brighton Ukani, also part of this squad and has been training quite well with the football club. Remember, the club wants to bounce back from the 3 losses on the bounce, that is against AC Villa, URA, and now BUL Football Club. If the club loses on Wednesday, that will mean that the club will have lost 4 games in a row. Just like I said, very unfamiliar stuff. You even struggle to remember when such a situation last happened at the football club. But remember, it's the Kampala Derby and it's Express. KCCA FC, that game will be at the Betway Stadium in Wankulukuku. And definitely, that is Express Football Club will be hosting this one. In last season, when both clubs met in the game at the MTN Omondi Stadium, that game ended in a draw and a lot of controversy happening around that one. All those that watched that game, and definitely KCCA not winning this one. But the positives are that this time around, the boys are really motivated. They want to get back to winning ways, just like I said, after the 3 losses on the bounce. And to just look at the statistics ahead of this one, the head-to-head, in 22 matches, in the last 22 matches between both sides, that is Express Football Club and KCCA FC, Express has won only 4 games, while KCCA FC has won 10. Both clubs have drawn 8 times. And then that means Express has lost 10 times in the last 22 games against KCCA FC, while KCCA FC have won 4 games. Have lost 4 games, that is out of the last 22. Then the goals for the different clubs, KCCA has scored 34 goals in the last 22 games against Express Football Club, while Express Football Club has scored 22 goals in the last 22 games, while they have also conceded 34 goals in the last 22 games. And KCCA FC has conceded 22 goals in the last 22 games against KCCA Express Football Club. And then the points recorded, that is Express Football Club has 20 points in the last 22 games against KCCA FC, while KCCA FC has 38 points in the last 22 games against KCCA FC. This game will be happening at the Betway Stadium, and that will be in Wankulukuku. So that is one of the games that will be happening this week. And also, later on in the week, the club will be hosting Maida Football Club, a new side to the league. And they have never played Maida Football Club, but we have seen Maida give away goals in some of the Uganda Premier League games they have played. Remember that 7-0 win that Vipers picked at home against Maida Football Club, and other clubs that have had a field day against Maida Football Club. So we expect a very entertaining game against Maida Football Club at Lugogo this week. But first, we caught up with the captain of KCCA FC and also the very other players that gave their opinions ahead of these games this week, that is against Express Football Club and Maida Football Club. This is what they had to say.
KCCA Express, the fixture in itself, it's a fierce fixture. and it's a derby. Now that they are members that who used to be with us, whom we won a lot of things with, being on the other side, now that makes it more competitive. I think it will be a good game, and we are prepared to go and conquer there. We don't expect a light game, but obviously we shall do what's needed to get a good result from there.
And then speaking about your former coach, that is Mr. Denis, are you still in touch with him, or the fact that he coached their side, you can't start a connection with him?
Not really Moses, but now I'm working with the coach Oloya Moses on the technical issues, on the issues related with football, but once in a while we get to hook up with Coach Daniel on other issues, because we had spent a lot of time together. There are so many things that bind us, but now I'm working with Oloya and we are doing well. You can't judge a team by its past results. Every game is different in its own way. It comes with different attributes, different challenges. We're not underestimating them. We are preparing for them as a formidable side, and we think they will pose a lot of challenge to us. It will be an exciting moment to see him on a different side. We've been together for over 5 years. We know each other in and out, but generally the game is about the team, not about us individuals who are friends.
Well, that is from the players of KCCA FC, but we also caught up with the fans, and then the fans are really yearning for a win, guys, because the last win they got was against Kampala City Football Club, the 2-0 win that was at the MTN Omondi Stadium. Now the fans gave their opinions. What do they expect in this one? How quick do they want the team to get back to winning ways, especially in that away game against Express, which is also the Kampala derby, and also that game against Maida Football Club? Here the fans saying it all.
KCCA FC wenawe Sanz Express mpira ejidaka tugenda kugikuba yade Express ekaluba ntitwagirabye yaholdinze Vipers nga yakamala okuwangula golo nyingi ne gisula amayiga golo emu ku emu, naye nsubira bajjagezaako okudifendinga kuba badifendinga, naye tujja bakuba golo 2-0. Tujja bakuba golo 2-0 yade tujja kuba kwawe, naye nze nsubira tugenda kubawangula yade balinamu abazanyi abatumanyi, kocha atumanyi, balinamu kochi waabwe atumanyi, naye nsubira nti tujja kubawangula wakati wa golo 2-0 oba 0. Olw'ensonga ne KCCA FC erina ennyunta y'okuwangula kati ssaawa zino twagala kuwangula, twagala kulaba ku bubonero, twagala closinga gap. Waliwo gap yakati wa bubonero 5 wakati wa KCCA FC n'atukulembedde. Twagala kulaba nti tufunza ku gap ate mukana kaseera tuludde okusamba. Nsubira nti KCCA FC erinamu enjala y'okuwangula kati tusanga Express oba tiimu nje tunaaba tusanze tugenda gikuwa wakati wa golo 2-1 olw'ensonga nti ekaluba.
Tiimu yonna enetusaaba maaso tugenda kugikuba. Express ekoze bingi sizoni eno, naye tiimu ey'amaanyi esigala y'amaanyi. Tujja tukalubirizaamu naye ku basambi be tulina, otunuulira Brian Aheebwa gwe tulina top scorer waffe, otunuulira kati Kezzioni Kizito byakola, otunuulira Ssennyonjo yavuddewo naye kati tuyinza omuteekako ne tumuteekako abasambi abalala ne babeera mu nnamba ye nga Brian Anaku nga Sadati Anaku. Kale omupiira gwa Express nze ku lwange tujja gukuba golo nga 2-1 kuba ttiimu yaffe y'amaanyi. Express yo toginyumya wadde tebanagikubamu, tugera gijja kandi biteni yaayo gyerina.
Omupiira gwa Express bwe tugenda okugenda awe ewankulukuku tegujja kuba mwangu ku saidi zombi, kubanga saidi zombi zeetegese bulungi, naye lwakuba nti omupiira eyasinze okwetegeka obulungi yatwala olunaku olwo. Naye nze nsuubira kooki wange mugezi nnyo, kuba si gwe mulundi ogusoose. Oluusi tugenda ewankulukuku ne tujjayo obuwanguzi, naye kisinzira nga bwe yeetegese. Naye nze mumanyi kooki wange ajja kulowooza ogwo omupiira tugukole ki tuguwangule, lwakuba nti oludda enjuyi zombi kati mu bino ebiseera by'okukyusakyusa abasambi tulina abasambi abamu abagenze eri ate baali babaddeko wano kati eyo nayo eyinza okuba challenge naye ate bw'obanga okitegedde nti omuntu oli ali bw'ati asobola okukola bw'ati ku njuyi zombi kiba kikola naye bwe ntunulira ne coach eyali wano as goalkeeper coach ali eri nsuubira nti naye era alina ebintu byakola ebisobola okuba nti bisobola otuchallenginga naye nga si kyekyo ffe wano tujja kubanga tutunuulidde naffe tumanyi weakness z'eside eri kubanga bwe tunaaba tugenze mupiira kuba omupiira yeetegese kwolwo obulungi abasinga sibiriiko nti byakubeera nti oli waka oli awo ekyo nze nkibiriivingiramu naye si nnyo si kitwala 100 ku 100 kubanga singa abalala tebakuba waka naye express ereme kweyibaala igambe nti ffe tuli waka simanyi biki tiimu yaffe tugikiririzaamu bano ba skilled player be tulina tubeesiga era tubakiririzaamu ne coach waffe ne coaching staff ne management era bw'eba egenze eyagala kujja obuwanguzi kubanga ekikopo tukyagala express tugenda gikuba goolo 2-1
omupiira gwa maida ekisooka yakajja mu liigi kati maida yakajja mu liigi ebisaala byadde manyidde okuzanyiramu manyidde okuzanya musaya bya mbuzi manyidde okuzanya musaya bya nte naye kati wano ekisaawe kyaffe kyetuliko wano erugogo kyekisaawe kyasinze okubeera ekyomulembe ne kapeti yaffe tewali ajja wano n'awonerawo kati maida yaani olaba Viper omufu gwe tusinga yamukubye goolo 7 naye nga Viper tumusinga abasambi abalungi tumusinga okusaasanya omupiira niwe tugenda ewe ekitende tumukaluubiriza ne tubeera nga abali ewaffe awaka kati Viper olaba yegaganudde n'amukuba 7 naye kati ffe ku basambi betulina maida tujja mukuba goolo 11 wano nedda zino ejja kuwera anaku ng'ali wano Kezionyi ali wano Balinya Aheebwa ali wano omupiira gusaasanya gutambula Benichani ali mu defense gifuti ali abere mu makati maida yaani tujja mukuba dazini KCCA sizoni eyo soso kuba goolo nyingi Viper neddako naye kati kuno twaga menya liko tujja menya liko diendala tukube dazini maida ddeyo ng'awenyera
omupiira gwa maida nsuubira kati Vipers yamaze okugigula ejja kujja ng'egezaako kudifendinga naye KCCA baswaika beeyina tibawoneka Balinya Aheebwa tumulabye atebye goolo ezisukka 3 sizoni eno ate ali ku foomu bamuyita ne ku cranes nsuubira Balinya Aheebwa ajja kuteeba tujja bakuba goolo wakati w'8 ne 10 kubanga tulina okulagako ab'ekitene nti ate ffe tuliko step ahead waba bakubye goolo 7 tulina kuba goolo nga 8
kati guno omupiira ogwa maida nga tumaze okuva eri kubanga ogwo omupiira gwa express gugenda tuyamba bwe tuvayo ne wini eyo ejja kubanga build up match eyaffe tukome wano ku maida naye era bwe mubanga muyingidde mu kisaawe omupiira gubeera gwa 11 tujja kweyibaala nnyo nti baamukuba 7 nti naffe kyekimu kye tugenda okukola naye ogwo omupiira obuwanguzi bwaffe bujja kuba waggulu tetujja kukuba goolo ezika wansi wa 3
Interesting opinions from the fans, and that is what exactly they had to say. Remember, they're really yearning for a win, guys, and we know the players, the coaches, the management of KCCA FC watch this show, and they will really make sure the club will get back to winning ways. That's one thing we're sure about. A dip in form happens to every football club, and just like they say that if you cannot support the football club when they are losing, then you don't deserve to support them when they are winning. That is probably a quote I could leave for you today. But remember, on the show tonight, we had the build-up ahead of the games that will happen next week. That is Express Football Club away in Wankulukuku, and also the home game against Maida Football Club that will happen at the MTN Omondi Stadium. We also had the highlights and everything that happened in that game between BUL Football Club and KCCA FC away in Jinja. And also the club news still about the 6 players and one of the managers in Molevekwa, so who are in Mauritania and keep on representing the football club. So next week we'll be back with episode 12, season 2 of the KCCA FC TV show. Remember, you can still watch this show on the various channels of KCCA FC, that is the YouTube channel. Please do subscribe on that one, that is KCCA FC. You can also follow the club on Facebook, KCCA FC, on Twitter at KCCA FC, and on Instagram still at KCCA FC. And just like they say that next week probably we'll be back with better news for the football club, because we know you're all disappointed after what exactly happened last week. But believe you me, next week we'll be talking something different. Have a good night.